Hi, welcome to the Rain Dance Ranch. Today I am taking care of a bunch of loose ends in terms of plants, and today I'm working on this golden barrel. There's a little history with this. It's roughly 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, something like that. I bought this at Home Depot for, back then you could pick these bad boys up for $5 a piece. Now they're 10. And it's been sitting in my yard at my old house for 5 years, and it seemed fine. And then after I moved out, I had the opportunity to go back and get some plants out of the house, or out of the front yard there, or at least cuttings from the plants. And I wasn't intending on taking any of my golden barrel. I had planted quite a few over there. And this one kind of looked out of place where it was because another one didn't make it, and it just kind of didn't fit there. And I know nobody really even cares all that much, typically. So I took it. And then I didn't really look at it too closely. It just looked like it was still alive. So I took it, and then I just put it aside when I got home, thinking, oh, I'll get around to this here pretty soon. Well, it's been about 3 months now, maybe a little less. And it's just kind of been sitting in a bag, basically, that was open. So it wasn't like it wasn't getting air. Kept in the shade on the porch, my back porch. And every time I looked at it, it still looked okay enough, although I never really checked on it too closely. And so finally today I'm like, I've really got to do something with that cactus. So all summer, I think, actually, let's see, I think I got it in May, and now it's September. So June, July, August, maybe even more than 3 months it's been sitting there like this. I don't know if it would have survived had it just been left uprooted in full sun. Just something to keep in mind, but these little bad boys are pretty tough. And so we'll see how it does after I finally get it planted, but I'm not feeling too positive about this thing having much more life in it, but we will see. Now, the reason that I say that is because if you look over on the other side, and again, I don't know if this was like this when I dug it up and I just didn't see it, or if this started to occur from sitting on my porch. Like, did a bug get to it? Did it get diseased? I don't know what this is. Okay, I thought it would be easier to roll it over, but got a little leaf piece stuck on there. So notice how it's got this weird funky situation going on here. Just very odd. I've never seen this before. And I don't know, again, if it's a disease or some animal got into it, but this whole area where it's kind of dark and this does not look like normal growth right here. And the cactus is sort of pinching down. I don't know how else to describe that. There's a leaf in there. Okay, but yeah, that looks like dead, dying, diseased, I don't know what, right in this section. Let me see. Let me kind of go around. See, there's the top. It's sort of, the top is not like perfectly on the top. It's like it's coming down this way. It's hard to show. But see, you don't see any of the green skin under here. Like everywhere else, you can see green under there. It's just all, and it's sort of collapsed in, and it's just like a mat of spines. So then, and it's not just this part of the flesh has passed away or whatever happened. It goes all the way under. So like, watch, I can stick my tongs down in there. So this whole area under here is rotted away. Now it looks pretty calloused over, and I can't quite see exactly what's going on all the way down in there. So I don't know if this is all the damage that will occur and it'll just be like a scar for life. I don't know. And this thing will just, hopefully this thing will just continue to live and grow and get bigger, and it'll just maybe have a scar over here and this area will fall off. But I was having a problem with my golden barrels over at my other yard going sort of rotting. I probably had like 3 of them. I planted probably maybe 10 of them over the years over there at my other yard, and 3 or 4 of them just didn't make it. And then the other ones were just like, woohoo, we love it. So I don't know. Maybe whatever rotted my other plants, this is the same thing, the same condition, but this one managed to fight it off and left a scar. If anybody knows anything about these kinds of situations with cacti, I guess, or golden barrels or whatever, please leave a comment below. Let's help educate people. And if there's anything that can be done about it, or if you just have to let it run its course and try to get as much enjoyment out of the plant as you can, then I guess so be it. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and put it in this pot. And I am going to put this pot in my front yard by my door, and I'm going to surround it with some other plants. Some succulents, probably. And then this can be sitting by my porch, and then if I can get one season out of this, or maybe a year out of this looking halfway decent, then great. Let's get what I can out of it. But hey, if it continues to live, then that's awesome too. So yeah, that's Golden Barrel. If anybody has any tips, advice, knows what the heck happened here, what that's called, should I try to remove this area? I'm thinking it's better to leave it because, like I said, it's pretty calloused over, it looks like. And that's what I'm gonna do. But otherwise, these Golden Barrels really do fabulous in the desert, in the summer, in full sun, most of the time. But I do notice that the ones that got some partial shade, even if it was only in the morning or only later in the afternoon, they still tend to do better. I mean, they're still getting a lot of sun otherwise, but there's just some time during the day where they're getting a couple hours of shade, or maybe a little more than a couple hours. They seem to just really do well. But again, they do great in the full sun. So this is a really nice one to have in a front yard setting, as far as I'm concerned. Or in a place sort of slightly off in the distance from where you sit. The way it looks when the sun hits it is just beautiful. And I had these kind of in that situation. They were in my front yard, down at the end, kind of close to the sidewalk. And I would sit on my front porch often, and just everybody used to comment how beautiful these were. And I don't know if they have a lot of value in terms of some kind of food forest, permaculture. They don't necessarily bring bugs in, I don't know, but they could be little habitats for beneficial bugs at some point, I don't know. They could be part of a cactus cluster that is meant to support wildlife like birds. My understanding is that there's a lot of birds that you want, like quail. And they can protect themselves from predators by nestling in under an opuntia or opuntia, opuntia. I hear a lot of people say, and I've always called them opuntia. I can't talk today. And whatever the case may be, the prickly pear cactus specifically, but others as well. But the way the prickly pear cactus grows, it makes a perfect little environment that smaller animals can hide under for shelter from the sun, as well as safety from predators, because cats and the occasional coyote or whatever that might get into your area where you would like to help maintain a quail population, for example. You know, this could be part of that, and just another barrier that says to a wild animal, do not go here. While the quails are like, woohoo, safety at last. So, just a little ramblings about the benefits of growing cactus in the desert, and about some problems you might run into with these specific golden barrels, which are really fabulous. And there's a reason why they're always available, and I'm really glad that they're affordably priced, because I'm going to be buying another one, and I'm glad that I can buy one for $10 at Home Depot currently. And I'm sure glad that I bought a bunch of them when they were $5. Okay, have a great day. Thanks for stopping in.